Thanks for joining me again for a quick check-in. I was so excited when I was talking to you about rivers flowing from highlands to lowlands, and I wanted to make a connection to our work we did the other day when we were talking about spread of vegetation. And we were talking about spread of vegetation by where the land is, like how much heat and sun and light it gets, and how much rain it gets. And so we were making those connections. And as we were talking about this, talking about rivers flowing on Earth, I was like, I want to share this chart with you. And we haven't had this chart talking about weather and wind patterns yet, but I want to introduce it to you just briefly right now so that you can start to make some connections to some of those ecosystems and that spread of vegetation work. So I'm going to switch our view. Okay, so this is our map that we've been looking at for rivers flow from highlands to lowlands. Now I want to show you a map that I colored, and the arrows are about winds, and so we're not going to talk about the arrows right now. We're going to talk about the colors. These are rainfall. So yellow means under 1 inch of rain. This middle colored blue is 1 to 4 inches of rain, and dark blue is over 4 inches. And this map we're looking at is when the sun's rays are perpendicular in the southern hemisphere. So this would be our winter. This is January. So for the northern hemisphere, this is winter. So when we're looking at this, we can look at some of this land. Like look at most of North America gets less than an inch of rainfall or water accumulation. Snow is different. This includes snow, but snow inches don't equal inches of rain. This area here gets less than an inch of precipitation of rain. And then this area, this band right here, gets between 1 and 4 inches of liquid water precipitation. And this section too. And then the coastline where we are gets over 4 inches, and over here along the eastern coast and down here, Mississippi, Alabama area gets more than 4 inches of precipitation in January. We can look at some other places, like if we look down here in South America, much of so thinking about in the southern hemisphere, this is their summer. Much of South America gets over 4 inches of rain. The blue, remember, is 1 to 4 inches. Just those high mountains, let's get it this way, just these high mountains don't get very much rain at this time of year. And so we can see when we look at this area here is part of our medium lowlands. And then this area here, this light blue that gets 1 to 4 inches, is our like Rocky mountain belts. It's pretty interesting to make those comparisons. The Andes Mountains are this brown right here, and that's this area right here that gets very little rainfall. Now I want to share the next one of these, and like I said, this is just interesting, point of interest. We'll talk about this more when we talk about wind. This was January. Now this is a chart for July. So this is summer, like when we're close to the summer solstice, which is end of June, when the sun's rays are as close to us as they're going to be. It's summer in the northern hemisphere. So let's again look at North America and South America. Same color scheme, under 1 inch for yellow, 1 to 4 for light blue, and over 4 for dark blue. We can see that our area is very dry in the summertime. We know that. We know that we're very dry in the summertime. And this whole stretch, Alaska, all the way through the middle part of the United States, is all of this gets 1 to 4 inches of rain. And this area down here in the south gets a lot, over 4 inches. All of Mexico, Central America gets a lot of rain. Look how different South America is. In their winter, much more of South America is dry. We can put those next to each other. This is the difference between summer and winter. When we look at South America, look at this. This is how much is dry in the summer, and that's all that's dry in the winter. It's very interesting to think about. So like I said, that wasn't anything to add to your work, except to maybe it gave you a little bit of inspiration to think a little bit more about how The temperature and the rainfall is connected to how all of Earth's systems work together. I can't wait to see your follow-up from this lesson, Rivers Flow from Highlands to Lowlands. Thank you.